Start by standing. Come onto our mat. Just make sure it's right. So just make sure you've got a bit of space around you, and you're not going to hit anything when we take our arms out or anything like that. And then just standing, and whether you're wearing socks or not, it's okay. Just looking down at your feet, just lifting up one foot at a time, just getting a sense of the ground beneath you. And then just start to roll your shoulders. And yoga, or these kind of movements, they kind of work on us, and they work by calming or soothing the nervous system down, just because we start to do something different and we're aware that we're doing something differently. So then circle your shoulders in the opposite direction. And it's nothing, it's a simple movement, but notice how your shoulders feel. Notice how your arms feel, how your elbows feel, how your heels feel and your ankles as you just rock from side to side. And then stop, and you're just allowing yourself to find a little bit of stability. And we're just going to take the arms forward and then just cross the arms. The right hand goes on the left elbow, left hand on the right elbow, and just rock. I think that's the word, rock from side to side. Soften your knees so your whole body will start to twist a little bit as you move the elbows from side to side, and your gaze will follow, and your knees are quite soft. And you can go maybe a little bit further round. So when you go round towards the left, can you look past the left shoulder? When you go round towards the right, can you look past the right shoulder? Just kind of increasing the movements a little bit more, slowing them down, or just going back to the pace where you were before. And then just come back to centre, roll the shoulders a little bit again, and then we're going to circle the arms. So taking the arms up, round and down, and your knees are quite soft. Now, if there's anything going on with your shoulders, obviously you work in a way that feels right for you. So changing the way that we move changes the way that we think. And then just circling the opposite direction. So you don't have to push through pain or discomfort. You don't have to achieve anything more than what your body is allowing you to do. So you notice how your shoulders feel, you notice how your knees feel. Now, if this feels okay, just maybe just link the hands, so you leave the elbows alone, and you just start to do bigger circles. So you're circling down, and the knees are quite soft. You take the arms up. You're circling down, the knees are quite soft, and then you come up. And then just notice all the different kind of movements that you're making. So there are side bends, forward bends, maybe a bit of a twist. And as you take the arms up, if you look up, you might even feel there's a bit of a back bend going on. So you're using the weight of your arms to lengthen through the spine. Relax the shoulders as much as possible. And then maybe when you just bring the hands back, or hands come down towards the floor, just stop there for a few moments. So you're kind of allowing the weight of the arms to, I suppose, drag, be heavy, so drag the shoulders, soft knees, maybe the fingertips touch the floor, but it doesn't matter if they don't, they can come onto your knees. The knees can be quite soft, and then from here, again, circle the shoulders. Now, can you let go of the neck? So then the crown of the head points down towards the floor, circling the shoulders. And then carefully bring the hands towards the knees, and then just stack the spine back up. So we're going to go again. So taking the arms forward, just circle, or if that's too much for you, you bring the hands onto the elbows. Taking the arms forward, round and down. Just circling. And you can, if you like, you can start to integrate your breathing. So when you're ready, you breathe in as the arms go up and round. You breathe out as the arms come down. That's it, well done. So you can bring the arms coming up, and as you breathe out, the arms go down. And if you feel yourself getting a bit breathless, then you slow it down and you find a different rhythm. So you learn to work in a way that feels just right for your body as it is today. And then the next time your arms, like we did before, the arms come down, just stop, kind of there, and the hands can rest on the knees, maybe lift up one heel at a time so you ease into the backs of the legs. Maybe if it's alright, just take hold of the elbows, the right hand on the left elbow, left hand on the right, and then just swing the elbows from side to side. Now your knees are quite soft, so you just ease the elbows round from side to side. be aware of your breath. When we do these kind of things, we open more of the lung space in the back of the body. Really being aware of the breath coming in, filling up. And then when you're ready, just stop, maybe sending the right knee forward and the elbows round towards the left. Take the right hand on the right knee, let the left hand come to rest behind you, and is it possible just to turn to look up towards the ceiling, so your gaze comes up towards the ceiling. So you start to open up the upper part of the chest a little bit, and then come back to where you started, and then just come back up to stand. So we've got to do the other side, so circle the shoulders a little bit, your gaze is forward, then bring the hands back onto the knees. Then if it's okay, you can just link the elbows and just rock from side to side. Now start to integrate the knees, the feeling of the knees. So when you send the left knee forward, the elbows rock towards the right. When you send the right knee forward, the elbows go towards the left. So just kind of having that sense of what's happening through the body. So using what's going on below the level of the waist to free up what's above. Then the next time the left knee moves forward, the arms circle round towards the right, the left hand can rest on the left knee, the right hand can rest behind you, and as you take your gaze up towards the ceiling, maybe you can feel the upper part of the spine open. Turn a little bit more. Come back to centre and just come to stand, and then just stop. So equalize the weight through the feet, resting through the feet, and the spine, your hips, spine, shoulders, head, just rest on top, so that the arms rest down by your side. We're going to go into that rotation that we just did again. So we're going to take the feet maybe a little bit wider, soften both knees. Let the hands come to rest on the knees and just move one knee forward at a time. So if there's anything going on with your knees, you're not pushing, you're not forcing, you're just mobilizing the movement through the knees. And as the knees move forward, you can feel the hips. So you're not pushing, you're not tensing, you're not straining, you're just feeling the mobility that you can find in your body when you notice. And then when you're ready, you send the left knee forward, but you're not locking the right knee. Now, if everything feels okay, maybe you can take the hands towards the ankles to see how that feels. Maybe the left hand can go onto the floor, or the left hand can stay on the left knee. So as that left knee moves forward, place the hand on the right hip. Now there's space in the right hip to allow the right shoulder to come away from the left knee. So the right shoulder starts to turn back, the gaze goes up towards the ceiling, and maybe you can lift the right arm. So you find that twist in the upper part of the spine. But make sure you're not forcing, you're not stretching. Lower the right arm, come back to centre, come up to stand. Let the hands come to rest behind you, and then just rock from side to side. Rock through the hips. Or actually, so we could circle the hips actually. Circle the hips. So we're just trying to free up what's below the level of the waist. Especially if you've been sitting, or you know that you're going to be sitting for the rest of the day. And just circle in the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, stop. Now you're going to send the knees forward. Hands can come to rest on the knees. Lift up one heel at a time, and your attention is just on how that feels in your body, from the soles of the feet, through the heels, to the knees, to the hips and above. Now if it's a possibility, can you take the hands towards the ankles, and your knees can be quite soft. It's okay, honestly, you don't have to straighten the legs or anything like that. Knees can be quite soft. Let the left hand come to rest on the left hip, and send that right knee forward to get a sense of space in that left hip. The right knee moves forward, past the toes. You're not locking that left knee. There's always a sense that you can, like a spring, you can bend the left knee if you like. The left hand can come to rest on the back of the waist, and then just feel as though that left shoulder can ease back to turn the gaze up towards the ceiling. And if there's a possibility of taking the left arm up, that's what you do. But you're not stretching the left arm up. The weight of the left arm resting towards the shoulder to allow the turn to occur, to happen a little bit more through the spine. And then when you're ready, lower the left arm on the top arm, come back to centre and come to stand. Is it beautiful? So we're going to come to the back of the mat. So just sort of resting through the feet there. So your gaze is forward, relax the shoulders again. So always kind of go back to a sense of beginning again or starting again. So we're never trying to kind of complete anything, we're always beginning again. So then when you're ready, you're just going to send the right foot forward, Lift the back heel up and down a few times, then let the back heel just lightly touch. Then send the right knee forward, right knee goes forward. Now if you're okay, if it's easy for you to rock forward and back, you can either place the front foot, the right foot forward a little bit more, or send the back foot back a little bit more. You've got space between, so you haven't got the right foot. The right foot isn't directly in front of the left. There's at least a width between. So you have that stability. Right, so as you lift the back heel, that will straighten the front knee. When you send the back heel down, that will send the front knee forwards. You find that connection between the back heel and the front knee and the front foot. Your gaze is forward, just as we did before. Maybe just cross the arms, the right hand on the left elbow, left hand on the right, and just maybe twist a little bit from side to side. Soft knees, soft knees. Come to centre, take the arms down, that will take you forward a little bit. Take the arms up and look up a little bit. Take the arms down, take the arms up, if possible. And then the next time the arms come up, if possible, your gaze is up towards the ceiling. Relax the shoulders, uncross the arms or unfold the arms, and the arms come up towards the ceiling. Make sure you're breathing, and then when you're ready, as the arms lower, step forward. So there's space between the feet. That's it, well done, space between the feet. And then when you're ready, the right leg is going to step back. But you can always rock forward and back, so you're not kind of stuck anywhere. There's always a sense that your body can move, because that's what we want to do. We want to be able to move. Being caged or kind of held isn't good for our health. So when we lift up the right heel, we can send the left knee forward, can we? As we send the right heel, the back heel back down again, can we send the left knee forward a little bit more? But the spine doesn't go with it. The ribs, centre of the spine, the shoulders, if anything, stay away from that front knee. We're going to take the arms in front, and this time just circle, just as we did before when we just had the legs just standing, just circling the arms. And slow it down, and maybe just circle the other way. Both knees are quite soft or bent, even the back knee. So you're not shearing or you're not kind of straining into the knee, circling the elbows. And then when you're ready, stop with the elbows above. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling, but relax the shoulders, as though the weight of the elbows can rest down into the shoulders. And then take the arms up. And maybe, if possible, just take the arms a little bit behind you, almost as though you're trying to catch, I don't know, something like a beach ball, something quite wide. So the front knee moves forward, and the back heel rests down. And the gaze perhaps is up. If that's too much for you, your gaze is forward. And then when you're ready, you lower the arms and step back. Let's step back. So you're at the back of the mat again. Equalize the weight through the feet. Relax the shoulders. We're going to step forward with the right foot. And you're just going to send that front knee, the front knee forward. So the right knee moves forward. Right knee moves forward. And you're going to relax the shoulders as much as possible. Or maybe link the thumbs. There's something I'm going to do. Link the thumbs and push the elbows apart. So you might get a sense then of something kind of firing in the back of the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. So you widen between the shoulder blades, widen between the elbows, and take the arms up. Now we keep that width as you just relax the arms. Keep the width between the shoulders as you relax the arms. This is warrior one. So now we're just going to take that right arm forward. We're going to change nothing below the level of the waist, and the left arm is going to go behind you, and your gaze is forward past that right arm. So this is warrior two. So the right knee is moving forward, the left heel, imagine the left heel extending all the way back to the back of the mat. And then from here, the left arm is going to go down, and the right arm is going to sweep across the ceiling behind you. And your gaze stays up. Your gaze stays up. And then from here, we're going to go back into warrior two. Warrior two. Now the right arm is going to go down. The right hand might just touch that right knee, and the left arm goes up. Turn your gaze to look up towards the ceiling. Just go into a bit of a twist. And then come back up into warrior two. So right arm forward, left one behind. Take the arms up, come back to centre, and then step forward. And then just stable feet, and you stop. So you just come back to a stable position. Now we're going to send the right leg, right foot back. Maybe you can send the right foot back a little bit more. Maybe you can send the front knee forward a little bit more. So kind of noticing what's going on with your body, and you make sure that you're breathing. Make sure you're breathing. And we can work with the breath if you like. So as the back heel goes down, the left knee moves forward. We take a breath in, take the arms up. And as you breathe out, widen the elbows to lift the chest a little bit. Breath in takes the arms up. Breath out, wide elbows. Take the chest up a little bit. Breath in takes the arms up. Breath out, down. Then this time as you breathe in and you take the arms up, just relax there. Breathe as you need to as you send that front knee forward and the back heel back. And your gaze is looking up towards the ceiling. This is warrior one. So now when we go into warrior two, or Virabhadrasana 2, the left arm goes forward. Nothing changes below the level of the waist as the right arm goes behind you. So you're just turning through the upper part of the spine. The gaze is forward, 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 past those left fingertips. And we can work with the breath again. So maybe if you, as we breathe in, take the arms up, straighten the front leg, lift the front toes. As you breathe out, send the left knee forward, open the arms. On the in breath, lift the arms, lift the toes, straighten that front leg. As you breathe out, just go back. So just kind of work that a little bit. They're quite good ones, are just mobilising through the hips and strengthening the legs. And then the next time you breathe out, you go back into warrior two. So left arm is forward, right one is behind. Stay there, that's it, stay there, well done. Make sure you're breathing, make sure you're breathing. And then the right arm is going to rest down towards that back thigh, the right thigh. And the left arm almost like it sweep across the ceiling to go behind. And your gaze is up towards the ceiling. So now you have that big length down the left side of the body, from the left heel, through the thigh, through the hip, through the waist and above. Make sure you're breathing. And then when you're ready, come back into warrior two. The left arm is going to go down towards the left knee. The right arm is going to go up. Maybe you can turn the gaze to look up towards that right hand. The left hand might go a little bit lower, but it doesn't matter. It can stay on the left thigh or the knee. Make sure you're breathing, and then when you're ready, come back into warrior two. Lift the arms, come back to warrior one. So now your gaze, your chest is forward, your gaze is forward. And then when you're ready, you're just going to step up, step the back foot up. And then stop, just stop there. So you just rest for a few moments, circle the shoulders. So let's go again, one more time each side. So the right foot is going to go forward, so you make sure you've got space between for your stable base. Lift the back heel up and down a few times. As the back heel goes down, send the front knee forward, relax the shoulders, focus your gaze, you know where you're on. You have that stable base, safe base beneath your feet. So your body can relax when we know we have stability. And then when you're ready, take the arms up. Your gaze can look up just for a few moments, make sure you're breathing. And then when you're ready, you can take the right arm forward, the left one goes behind. So imagine you can send that front knee forward a little bit more. Lift the back heel. And as the back heel goes down, can you send that front knee forward a little bit more, but relax the shoulders as much as possible. We're going to breathe in, we're going to take the arms up, lift the front toes, the right toes, straighten the front leg. And as you breathe out, go back into warrior two. The breath in, lengthens that front leg, lifts the front toes. The out breath, you go back into warrior two. So it's just a way of moving into the movements, focusing your attention. And then when you're ready, when you next breathe out, you go back into warrior two. Stay there, breathe as you need to, relax your shoulders as much as possible. Then the left arm is going to go behind or down towards the left thigh. The right arm is going to go above and behind, and the gaze is out towards the ceiling. So you find that length from the right heel all the way up through the side of the body to the arm that's above. And you breathe. And then when you're ready, the right arm is going to go back into warrior two. The right hand goes down towards the right knee or towards the calf, or maybe a little bit lower, and the left arm goes up. The gaze goes up towards the ceiling, and you feel that turn from the centre of the spine. And you make sure that you're breathing. And then when you're ready, come back into warrior two. So you just lift the spine back up, the arms are wide. Take the arms up, spine faces forward. Lower the arms as you step up. And then just take a moment to recoup. You stop. And then we're going to send the right foot back. So now the left one is forward, left one is forward. Send the left knee forward, lift the back heel up and down a few times. Make sure you're breathing. As the back heel goes down, the front knee moves forward. Relax your shoulders as much as possible. And then when you're ready, maybe when we can do this, we can take the arms forward, take the arms behind, taking the arms forward, taking the arms behind. And then when you feel ready, if it feels okay, if there is that mobility in your shoulders, just do as you did before, taking the arms up and back a little bit. And the gaze comes up towards the ceiling. And then when you go into warrior two, the left arm goes forward, the right one goes behind. And you feel your breath, feel your breath. The right hand is going to go down towards the right thigh or the right knee behind. The left arm is going to almost so it can sweep across the ceiling to find that openness in the chest and your breath in your lungs. Really feel your breath as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, allow the breath to travel all the way down through to the heels. And then when we come out of it, the right arm lifts, left arm goes forward. Then the left hand can start to go down as the right arm goes up. And you go into that twist and the gaze comes up towards the ceiling. If it's too much for the arm above you, you let the arm come to rest behind. And you feel your breath. And then when you're ready, come back into warrior two. So you lift the spine, come forward so the arms go above you, and then step up as the arms come down. So come maybe to the middle of the mat. You might already be there. Just focusing your attention forward. Relax your shoulders as much as possible. Maybe bring your hands, sort of palms or fingertips and the thumb tips together, centre of the chest. And then just carefully bending the knees forward. So you go into a bit of a squat, or it's what we call chair pose sometimes. So relax the shoulders, and we're just going to lift up that left heel. If this is too much with your knees, then just soften the knees from a straight standing position. But lift up the right heel, and we're going to see if we can lift the right toes. Now focus your gaze and make sure you breathe. So the right foot is forward, and as the right leg goes behind, the spine goes down or forward to counterbalance, almost as though the ground beneath can come up to support you. Make sure you're breathing, and then carefully bring the tips of the toes down behind you. Front knee is soft. As you go back into that warrior one, gaze comes up towards the ceiling, if possible. Then as the arms lower, you step forward. So equalize the weight between the feet. So really good ones at strengthening the knees and strengthening the legs, but obviously if there's anything going on with your knees, you work in a way that feels appropriate for you. So we're going to bring the hands towards the heart. You're going to soften the knees. Focus your gaze, make sure you're breathing. We're going to lift up the left heel. So you're going to feel the weight go down into the right foot, but relax your shoulders. Try not to sink, and you still lift up the right heel a little bit. Focus the gaze, and then if possible, can you just lift up the left knee or the left foot? Focus your gaze. This might be enough, you might want to do any more than this. Then as the left leg goes behind you, the torso or the spine moves forward to counterbalance. Wide shoulders, wide elbows, and you make sure you breathe. Make sure you breathe. And then we're going to carefully soften the front knee to bring the back toes down. As the back heel goes down, the front knee moves forward, spine lifts, and the arms come up. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. As you go into that warrior one, and as the arms go forward and down, you can step forward. And then you just go back to how we started. You stop. So the feet are at least a width apart. The arms can rest down by your side. You focus your gaze and you just feel your breath for a few moments. And you allow yourself just to be as you are. And all the echoes of what we've been doing can just be as they are as well. And then when you're ready, drop the chin, round the shoulders forward, hands can come towards the knees. And just as we did before, been working with, just link the elbows, soft knees, and just rock from side to side. Rock from side to side. Till eventually, perhaps, the knees can be quite soft, the head or the neck can be quite long, and the hands might come to the floor. And then you can move the shoulders. Maybe from here, lift up one heel at a time. You might find the legs have lengthened just of their own. So you're not trying to push or pull the legs, you're just trying to see what's going on with your body when the hands come down. Wide elbows, wide shoulders. And then from here, walk your hands forward till the knees come down. And then just see, is there a possibility of easing yourself back into child's pose? You can support your head with your hands, so the forehead just rests on the fists. 2 fists or 1 fist. You feel the breath in the back of your body. And you allow yourself to settle and just be as you are. And then when you're ready, the last few minutes, just coming over onto your back. So soles of your feet flat to the floor and your knees are bent. And just maybe let the hands come to rest on the base of the ribs as you just let your knees drop to the left, or whichever way they've gone is fine. Let the knees drop over to the side, bring the knees back up, and then just allow your knees to go the other way. Allowing the weight of your body to be given to the floor. Then sending your knees over the opposite direction. Take your arms out by your side, almost like cactus arms, so the elbows are at an angle. Push the elbows down, push the shoulders down, tense up the thighs, push the heels into the floor. Maybe even screw up the flat of the face. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, let go. Let go of all those muscles. Let go of all that tension. And you allow your body to be given to the floor. And then you just notice a deeper breath that comes in. You allow the whole body to be filled with oxygen. And then your breath leaves. And you continue to breathe as you take your legs over to the other side. And again, if it's okay for you, push the heels or the feet into the floor, tense up the buttock muscles, tense up the thighs, pull the belly in, push the elbows down, pull the shoulder blades together. All those tight kind of things that we do when we're under stress, I suppose. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, let go of all those muscles that we've consciously tensed up. So now we can consciously let go of tension. And when we let go of tension, we relax. If we're told to relax, we often do the opposite. But if we let go of tension or tightness in the body, we get the same feeling. And you feel the breath coming in, deepening the breath that comes in. And then you let the breath go. And then carefully just bringing the knees back up. Hands can come to rest on the base of the ribs. And just allow yourself to be as you are. So all the movements that we go through within yoga are just there to allow us to stop, to allow us to know how it feels when we stop, and to allow us to be grateful for that stopping. Because that's when those chemicals are released that allow us to feel calm, that allow us to feel satisfied and grateful and pleased to be just as we are. And breathe. And it's never about emptying our mind. If our mind wanders away, it's fine, it's just part of the process. You bring your attention back and you breathe in and you breathe out. And the process starts again. But there's always that gladness and that gratitude for being just as you are, here and now. So you can decide to stay here a little bit longer, or you can just carefully roll over onto your side, taking your time, resting, knowing where you are, and only when you're ready, just coming to sit up